Okay. This is a new live anyway. I'm live. Okay. I had some problem with my internet connection actually. Seems like. Or my Wi-Fi USB card. And anyway, I'll watch it later. We were talking about the long-term modern coin super, and I was going into the supply in profit and loss, more or less. I think. If you have any question, I'm here on YouTube. You can find me on Telegram, on Twitter, wherever you want. The links are in the description, and with my obviously ChainLog.info, that is my site. You can see where what I'm doing there. We have supply in profit and loss, and here we have the chart. Actually, let me get into, because my girlfriend was taking my attention in just a moment. So as you see right here, every time we go into a bear market, or anyway into a huge loss of the supply, and this is supply in profit and loss, and what is actually obviously here we have the supply in loss in red and supply in profit in green. Every time you see the supply in green, the supply in profit reach to a percentage over and above 75%, more or less. As you see right here, for example, if you take an average of 75%, you get a local top, more or less, every time. And when you reach for the 90 to 80 percent in profit, as you see right here, we start getting a little bit down, because this is the profitability of the market. If all the supply is in profit and nobody is in loss, obviously somebody will sold, because there is no there is no reason not to, right? So in this case, we are starting going into 75% area, 77, and we in fact use it as a resistance, and we got rejected as of right now. This is not a huge sign of not a huge bullish sign in my opinion, but is organic, that this is the way the market goes. As you see right here, in fact, we start reaching for the 85%. If we get here, we got to the 78, we got to the 87 more or less, and we got down. We got again into the 80, and we got down, but we use it the 74 more or less as a support here, and not as a resistance. Is more or less organic, that we get rejected a little bit below, but not that much below 75%. In fact, as I already said, this is one of the red flags that I want to talk about today. Supply in profit and loss is in fact what we can say start giving us the first red flag. And I'm thinking that this is not the only one, but anyway, we have this that are precariously. This is a delicate zone where the price is retesting a lower bound on the SOPers. We have more or less above the 200 WMAs. And now we have seen this profitability that actually got rejected from 75%, and the supply and profit is just below 17 right now. What does it mean? It means that in the long period, if we are not going to break above and start using the 75% as a support zone, then we'll probably get rejected for a little bit until we do that. So this retest is possible at this point, is still possible. But the technical levels I will talk about in the Wednesday format, so stay tuned for the technical level, the supports, the targets, the confirmation, the patterns, and all of that concerns instead the technical analysis side and not the on-chain data. Altogether, maybe on the weekly, we are going consecutively and consequently to talk about everything and pushing it all together to assess where the price could go. And as of right now, as I already said, this is a first red flag that something isn't going the right direction. But still, we have to see the technical analysis side as well. Um, you now know that what are those two scenarios that I talked about earlier. This is the short-term order realized price. So let me say that is this the realized price, the cost, the on-chain basis cost, the on-chain cost basis for the short-term holders. You now know what the short-term holders are and the realized price what is. So from their perspective, the cost basis on-chain for the short-term holders is at 23k right now, 23.6k right now, and it is used. Last time we used it as a support. You see yourself, the price got up. We got up from 20k to 28k to the 30, and then we are now trying and going to retest this level. If we are not going to retest it now, it's only a question of time before we do it, because as you see right here, every time we are in a bull market, and you see here, we use it as a support every time to get higher, and not only here, but as well as here, we are going to retest it until a parabolic price action to the upside doesn't take place and goes far beyond the price. So now we have seen something like that. I don't know, because we are in the early stage maybe of a new bull market, but not in this phase of the huge euphoria where the price goes up to the new all-time high, as it did right here, for example, with a parabolic price action appreciation. So as of right now, I'm waiting just for this metric to get to this point, and this could be in fact a good entry point if you are looking for a mid-term point, 6 to 1 year entry. You should watch, and you can use ChainExpose. Is a free online data provider, and I'm sharing it today because obviously if you want to know about Onchain, I'm here to help. As always, everyone who have not the possibility to maybe have a Glassnode account premium that took like I guess $700-800 per month, and so this instead is free, and you can use it yourself to assess what the on-chain data does and make it confluence with technical analysis and make it in confluence with all the news and all the macro that maybe you know. And I can't obviously make it all together now because it will make a longer video, a longer live. So, but if you know everything, the more you know, the better you can trade, the better you can invest actually. And I'm here to help. The long-term holder realized price instead says another story, but more or less is the same, because we are not waiting here to the retest of the long-term holder realized price, so the cost basis on chain for the long-term holder cohort. But we have seen that we have used this on-chain indicator as support in the last downturn to the 20k. We used it as support and we bounced back up, and now we are waiting here just for the price to do what it does every time we got up, and we use it as support every time we got up, and we stay above and use it as support. So a parabolic price action in the next few months. I would be pleased if this happens right now, this year, before anything like the COVID crash right here bring us back again to these levels. But in the case, like a black swan event, a giga black swan event takes us to this level, that will be the time to enter the market for sure, with a long time horizon. That's my opinion, obviously. It's still not financial advice, and I think I ended my charts for today and the time, because now I'm going to make wonderful dinner for my girlfriend and I, and we'll see you next time. The link for my social are in the description, and we'll see you again here on ChainLog YouTube channel. See ya!